Limerence is an intense obsession for another person. And in this case, for us as women, it is an intense obsession. We experience limerence as women because we have an intense obsession with a bad boy. The only type of man that can give us those obsessed feelings of love and desire and passion is a bad boy. And when I talk about bad boy, this is really important. The opposite of a good man is not a bad man. The opposite of a good man is a bad boy. And a bad boy is someone who is not wired naturally to be monogamous and faithful to a woman and does not treat women well. And bad boy has the capacity to make women feel this intense feeling of passion and love that a good man doesn't have the capacity to make a woman feel. And those intense feelings of passion and love that as women we get from a bad boy are not real. It is a fantasy. And I want to get a little more into that. So the reason as women that we are so susceptible to limerence, which only happens with a bad boy, is because of our entitled feeling and our entitlement to have someone love us within the illusion that we have about the fantasy of love. As women, we have lived our whole lives thinking that we are supposed to have a deep, passionate love that is on fire, and that fire never gets extinguished. Ladies, it is a fantasy. It does not exist. And if you want to know more of that, I have another live episode about the fantasy of love. You should go check that out. But that fantasy we have about what love is supposed to be, we only ever get from a bad boy. A good man is not capable of giving that to us. And we feel entitled to go outside of our marriage. We feel entitled to go outside our marriage and fill that illusion of what we expected our husband to be able to provide to us to make us feel that they can't. One, because it's not real. It doesn't exist. And it can only come from a bad boy. And for most of us as women, when we decided to settle down, when we decided to get married, we chose a good man. And a good man is reliable. He is predictable. He's steady Eddie. And as women, because the emptiness inside of us and how bored we are with ourselves, we find it boring and unstimulating that our husbands as good men are so reliable, predictable, and steady. The right bad boy comes along. I mean, we work with a bad boy, we meet a bad boy at the gym, maybe social media. That I would imagine that's common as well. But we find the right bad boy comes along and we become obsessed with them and we'll set off an atomic bomb in our lives and our marriage and our family because we are under the spell of limerence with a bad boy, and it's like a drug. Bad boys are like a drug. We know they're not good for us. We know that they have no value. They have no value in who we are. They treat us poorly. They have no intentions of having a long-term relationship. They do not mean anything that they tell us. And ladies, you can know it's a bad boy because of those obsessed feelings that you get. It's insatiable. In my teen years, in my 20s, I chased bad boys. When I cheated in a relationship, it was with a bad boy. And that was not my marriage. That was in my early 20s, early relationship. And I remember it. It was just like obsessive thoughts, obsessive fantasies in my head of what this life could be, what he could give me that my boyfriend couldn't give me. And it couldn't stop. And so we become desperate for the bad boy's attention and desperate for what we believe in our delusion that they can give us. It's kind of like if we were stuck in the desert and desperate for water, and we see a mirage of water that isn't actually there, that we think is going to satisfy that thirst, that's a woman with a bad boy. We're so desperate for those feelings of passionate love that only a bad boy can give us, that they are the mirage of water in the desert, and we will blow up our lives for something that's never going to work, that's not going to be a good ending, and it is not based in any kind of reality at all. And so we feel entitled to that, though, because we live in a total delusion that that's actual love, and it is not. Hello again. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch today. For those women listening who know you are the problem and want a path forward to take responsibility to change your own inner turmoil and unhappiness, I have a course for women called the Happiness Program, which is the solution to the unhealthy relationship you have with yourself and the issues and challenges that you have in your life and your marriage. You can find the link in the description below to schedule a free consultation with me. And for the good men listening who want a solution to take back the power you have unknowingly given away to your wife, I have a course for you too called the Marriage Rescue Program for Good Men Only, that teaches you how to rebuild your strength and confidence as a good man so that you can navigate the relationship you have with your wife in a healthy, constructive way. Again, you can find the link below in the description to schedule a free consultation with me. Thank you so much, and I look forward to talking with you soon.